Hey everybody, it's Jang here with a look at a Lego City set. This is the Demolition Site. Comes with officially 776 pieces, and it's all about tearing stuff up. Curious enough, what holds the whole set together is the thing that you're supposed to tear apart. It's this building that's being taken down, and it has a number of sections to it that are intended to be taken apart and to be ripped apart and to be destroyed. First thing I'm going to do is set my timer on my TNT or dynamite, stick that back there in this section over on the left hand side. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Now that is some destruction. Look at all these pieces of building. But there's still some stuff that's standing. This ought to do the trick. Alright, let me just get a good swing in there and try to get a good hit on this thing. Hopefully I'll get it in the first try. Nope. There goes partway. There we go. Now we just have this corner, this stubborn corner over here that's still stuck standing. So we need to find a way to deal with that. And for that, we're going to bring in the front loader. Just dig in with the four-wheel drive and just pull this right on down. So that's basically it for this set. This thing is completely destroyed now. I hope you enjoyed this video. No, I'm kidding. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's really going on here. First of all, the most interesting thing was how all this side over here exploded. These walls are not secured very well. They use jumpers, they use tiles, so not a whole lot of connection there. It makes these extraordinarily easy to blow up like that, to simulate destroying all this stuff. But it is actually a pain to kind of move this thing around because these aren't really attached. They aren't directly attached to the base, so these will just kind of tend to fall off on their own a little bit. This right here is a trigger mechanism that is actually pulled from all the way on the other side. When I pushed down on the detonator, I also pushed down on this trip over here. They have a little spring or shock kind of set up. And check out how that works. You basically set this like a mousetrap, and now it's going to stay. The string goes underneath, and when you pull it, you're actually pulling up on the shock and just giving it enough room to free itself, and up it springs like that. And then these two spots right here, these two little half-sized Technic lift arms, are just going to hit other things that are connected to it. So here's this wall. This goes right in here. So when that goes up, just pushes it out of the way. And same thing for the one in the front. That whole mechanism just gets conveniently hidden beneath this bathroom section with the simulated toilet there, and you got a rat, and then you have the main front entrance here with a big stop sign on it just indicating that the place is condemned, so don't go inside, normal folks. And the corner bit is just another random little assembly of a little bit of what's left of a building, and that's also attached with just, in this case, just one single jumper and tiles on top there. So that's it for the demolition site, and it's time to look at the tools of demolition. Dynamite, remote detonator, some actual tools, and a little wheelbarrow, but we need some better stuff than this. Yes, this will do the trick very nicely. This is your mobile crane with a wrecking ball on it, and you can see it's got tracks, it's got a winch on it so you can raise and lower the wrecking ball itself. You want to get enough length there so you can get a good swing out of it, and you want to kind of line up your shot where you're going to hit. It's got some stickers on it. You can rotate the base around properly, and it's got just a pretty basic straightforward cab. You want to remove it just like that to be able to get in to check out the guy, and he's got a couple of control levers there. The most interesting thing about this set to me is parts-wise, or at least this build here in particular, if I can ever get this thing back on, is the wrecking ball itself. See, this is just on a hook, a standard hook at the end of this line. This is a solid piece of rubber here, kind of a medium soft rubber that gives it some real weight. And that's why this thing is really able to get some realistic swings and why it's really able to go through some material. You get some good momentum behind this. There's actually a really interesting design feature that deals with the tracks though. It's got tires. The thing has little cheater tires on the inside. The really narrow Technic pulley or wheel piece connected to an axle, connected to a sprocket, and the sprocket will guaranteed turn the tracks. So that's just connected in there, and you can see how that goes up just a little bit. The tracks go up just a little bit above that, so when this is on the ground, it's actually resting on those tires. So no matter what you do, even if you're on a smooth surface, it's still going to move in a realistic way. Excellent. Next we have a pretty modern articulated wheel loader here, front loader. It's got lights facing forward, a nice good-sized bucket. It articulates in the center. To steer, they use these round windscreen pieces, now molded in yellow, to give you a nice big fender on the back. Thing has good shaping towards the rear. Again, fair number of stickers are used here. You know, if you don't like stickers, just leave off the ones that don't seem important to you. It really doesn't affect the build. Plenty of range of motion with this thing. It can dump completely. It can pick up completely. It can raise all the way above the roof. So everything you need to works well with this. The cab, well, just take the entire top off to get into the cab. Very simple there, just a steering wheel. You know, just enough. Lastly, they include this articulated dump truck for cleaning up the place. They've done something a little bit different with the fenders in the front. It's pretty smooth, kind of modern looking, I'd say. And something different for the rear fenders as well, using these spoiler pieces molded in yellow here. You know, this is very straightforward in its design, but it's effective. It has nice very approachable kind of personality to it, and it's got the play value that kids need. You can turn the thing so you can actually steer it as you drive it around, and it's got the dumping bed, which will just turn up. It's actually ratcheted, and it will hold in place as you want, and they give you a bunch of extra little bricks, you know, just to have some extra stuff to clean up. You can play between the truck and the front loader this way. Finally, here's the lineup of all of the figures included in the set, 6 in total, and they're all set up a little bit differently. So they didn't just go with one consistent color scheme for all of them, they just switched things up. I think that adds a lot of extra character and makes this more useful for extending the play beyond just this set and beyond just this particular theme for this year. It makes these more valuable later down the line. These are just general folks that will be usable for a long time. Also include this one little warning sign. I love the demolition theme and Lego saying, hey, it's okay to destroy this stuff, and as a matter of fact, let us help you get started with it. It's great. Kids will just eat that up. I think that the wrecking ball is a really good feature and it works very nicely. The loader works just fine. The dump truck works just fine. The exploding section of the demolition site of the building that's being taken apart is really cool. The knockdown part is really cool. The tear down part doesn't work quite as well. The biggest negative of the structure part is just that, like I said, the walls do fall down very easily. So that could get a little bit frustrating at times. I think you could fairly easily modify this set though by just bringing in a little jumper, a single stud, just to help hold some of those walls together so that they won't fall off quite as easily. And that would really improve things. I know that they tested both ways and chose what they thought would be the best. But yeah, I wish it was just a little bit more secure. Other than that, this is a really good play set. It's just a good positive thing. You know, it's getting that destructive energy out in a way that's then going to encourage you to build more stuff right after. So I'm happy with this one, and I'm looking forward to hearing what you think about it. Please do share your thoughts about the set down in the comment section, and I'll be talking to you again very soon.